Bulletproof to my heart, I'm never lacking. Bulletproof to my heart, I'm never lacking.
That Meech, baby.
Will you be my rider? I'll be right here on the side, yeah. In the forefront, I'm not hiding. Need to know will you be sliding? Will you be my rider? I'll be right here on the side, yeah.
Hey, it's Sam.
And the Meech.
And today we're going to be answering the questions we asked you guys on Instagram.
I'm scared. This is relationships
101. And
That's
I'm horrible because y'all, it's literally titled this right here. And I literally just skipped right past that. I was reading that question and I was getting juicy. Anyways, let me just jump right in. Okay. So it says, in a relationship, how do y'all feel about females or males having best friends of the opposite sex? Background. You had this best friend before you got into a relationship. Y'all have never had any sexual dealings. You're in a relationship. Your best friend is in a relationship, but your partner has a problem with you having this friend that you have had since you were a teenager. Do you give up your friend out of respect for the relationship, or do you feel that the other person should stop being insecure and let you have that friend? You want to go? I'm gonna dive in. I think realistically, if you had a friend, like, that's your friend. Like, you get what I'm saying? Because sad thing, a lot of people chip away at their friends for the sake of a relationship. If nothing wrong happened, you shouldn't just leave your friend alone. Because if your relationship leave you alone tomorrow, you're gonna come trying to crawl back to that friend. And if your friend is anything like me, good luck. Wait on it. Because I am not about to be your friend again. And at the end of the day, it's like, why would y'all, like, what is you doing with your friends? The reason you think me and my friends ain't friends.
Facts. My whole thing was, if they were your friends prior to us, can I meet them and get comfortable with them? But besides that, that's your friend. Like, she can't tell me, oh, she knew a dude since middle school and ain't never did nothing like that, or high school, early high school. We started talking in high school at the end, though. But still, I wouldn't be like, oh, you can't talk to Mr. Boy. No, let me meet him. Let me see what his get down. Now, if I get a bad vibe from that cat, though, you gotta stand on business with that. Because sometimes people get that bad vibe where it's like, oh, if y'all on the rocks, he gonna try to talk to her. You know what I'm saying? Or a weird vibe. But besides that, I think your friends should be your friends and your partner should be your partner, and especially if it's previous to the relationship. Now, after the relationship, that's a whole nother ball game. No, but previous, it's like you don't give up your childhood friends just because I'm in a relationship. Because to me, you starting to change who you are to make the relationship work, and that's not. You get away from who you are. Work. My thing is, you never want to get away from who you are originally. Yes, you want to grow, but you don't want to get away from who you originally are. Like, to me, I'm still the same funny looking, funny acting, funny whatever cat from middle school. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm still goofy. I'm all the same. Yes, I've improved in life financially, but you don't want to get away from who you originated as, which is goofy. I'm still goofy. With my baby, I'm goofy. Yeah. With the dog, I'm goofy. I pick the dog up and I'm just like, look at the baby. It's me. You know, don't get away from your originality. Don't lose yourself in a relationship, period. That's my thing.
I agree. And I think realistically, I've been big into audiobooks, y'all. And 50 Cent was saying something so deep in his audiobooks. He was like, a lot of reasons a lot of rappers don't last and don't go the distance is because they're pretending. And realistically, you can't be pretending in no aspect. Like, whether it's a relationship, it's music, it's whatever, it's all short-lived and it's all going to be tested. And when the test comes, you're going to fail because that's not you. So I think that's realistically, like, what you gotta be about. But anyways, y'all, I'm gonna move on to the next question because we can talk about this all day. You got one or you want me to go?
No, you go.
Okay. It says, hey, Sam and Meech, how are you guys? I'm good. How are you?
Doing great.
Okay. It says, So I currently been in a relationship for 5 years now. Well, you go, girl or boy, whoever sent this, because y'all doing it.
Girl or boy.
It was all good in the beginning, of course, because I can't remember. But now it's like the relationship is turning sour. Ooh, I'm at a point where I don't want to fix it no more. And I only feel like I'm still here because of the 2 kids. Oh, shoot. I have 5 kids altogether. I work. I have my own place. But it's just no help at all. I'm fed up and just feel numb. I just don't know how My bad. I just don't know how and what to do. I don't want to kick nobody while they down, but enough is enough at this point. I'm coming to you guys to help me out. What should I do? Okay. Realistically, you got a lot of kids, so I know your patience is thinner than a piece of paper. My patience is thin, and I have one kid.
We have one kid and a puppy, and they're driving us nuts.
So if they're not helping, like, with the kids or financially, because I'm sorry, I believe people should help with both. Like, if you have to do everything for all them kids, it's going to be real easy to get fed up. And also, I would say, what are the ages of the kids? Like, have you guys had any serious dialogue? Like, I get the whole fed up part. Don't get me wrong. Like, but at the end of the day, have some serious dialogue. Put a timeline on it in your head. Don't give the person a timeline. And from that point, do what you got to do. You get what I'm saying? Because your sanity is the most expensive. Like, sanity cannot be bought, right? And you have all those kids, and you need to be your best version of yourself with those kids and for those kids.
Right.
If you are in a relationship that is bringing you down mentally, financially, whatever, you gotta go, because at the end of the day, you're not the best version of yourself and you're not happy. So I think realistically, have some serious dialogue. If nothing changes, just for the sake of the 5 years and the 2 kids. But if nothing changes, then you gotta do what you gotta do. Like, because at the end of the day, and I know it's a woman now. How already?
Yeah. When you was reading it, I was like, oh, it's a girl.
It's a girl, yeah. But yeah, I'm like, that is just, it's, I don't know. Like, my heart goes out to you, because just having 1, having 5, like, baby, please.
Boy,
like,
listen.
I don't want to be bothered. So, I think
I might not cut you off. Mind you, we recording this right now because he taking a nap. Because without him taking a nap, he gonna terrorize this place.
I'm at house.
So go. I'm sorry.
But yeah, I would just say, like, try that final, like, that show. That's the last straw. You pulling out the bag. After that, the bag is empty.
Facts.
Okay.
It goes hand in hand with the statement I just answered before, though. You cannot lose yourself in a relationship. Like, okay, now she's doing her real estate thing, and she's doing the things that she originated, or we used to talk about way back when we was kids. Because it's like, that's finding yourself. You're not losing yourself in the fact that, okay, you married to me, you got a kid, we got a house. You're still doing the things that we used to talk about when we were kids. So to me, I know it's still like, the lines get blurred once you have kids and you get busy, you got a household, but as long as you still don't lose like sight of what the whole goal was. The whole goal was for her to do entrepreneurial things and real estate and stuff like that. So this is the time for her to jump back into it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but don't lose yourself in a relationship. And if you see all these red flags and it's not going the way you want to go, how long you gonna wait? Because like I seen somebody say on social media, this is not your practice life.
Facts.
What you're doing now is your life. We finna look up and be 40, 50, 60 years old, and all you're gonna say is what if and shoulda, coulda, woulda. And you don't want it. That's the biggest thing you do. The worst thing you can do is get old and have regrets, because it ain't no going back. Literally, so.
I agree. And my favorite thing is, don't waste all your good years with somebody you're not gonna end up with. You know, like, I say that almost every day about, like, a lot of people. I'll be like, do not waste your good years. Like, do thing, and I have this new thing where I do something for the house, and then I do something for myself, because I was finding it that I just did everything for like him or my son, and it would drive me crazy. So you have to do something for, like, literally be like, okay, no, like, I'm clocking out right now.
You can do a couple things for your crib and do something for yourself. And do a couple things ping pong.
Yeah.
Don't get stuck on either or. Don't be so self-centered where you only doing stuff for you, and don't be so self-centered or so selfless where you doing stuff for the house. So it's like, oh, I'm cleaning, cooking, doing stuff and whatever for the house, right? From laundry to bedding. We know that if you have a house, apartments, all that, bedding alone takes time to just wash, and mopping floors and sweeping. So my thing is, don't get so caught up with improving your house that you, yet again, lose yourself. And you want to get them nails done, you should be able to go get them done. I don't care what nobody say, a woman should be able to go get her nails done whenever. And if you want a budget, you should have time set aside. You can do your own nails, but you still have to be able to self-care. You get what I'm saying? Same way we finna go get that line up, you should be able to get them braids, that hair put in, that everything. If you want to go get makeup done, that's on you. But everything, you have to set aside time for yourself, because if you're not your best version of you, how can you take care of your kids accurately?
I agree. And even if you gotta, like, take some quiet time, because I'm a victim of it. Like, I will literally do something and I will disappear. Like, I would disappear and I will be like, just literally.
Look, 15 minutes later, I'm like, where you go? I'm in the room.
I literally would disappear. And I'd just be like, okay, this is just something for me. Just looking at the ceiling sometimes, like, or just like literally putting my head under the cover, like. Excuse me. You just have to take some time for yourself.
This baby is whooping her ass.
I'm telling you, you have to take some time that for yourself. So do what you gotta do. And if you need more help or more tips or just anybody to vent to, just keep them coming. Okay, don't just wait till we post like, oh, you got any questions? Keep them coming.
Yeah, if y'all keep putting them on, and we'll make a list, and we just go back and we go in the order that we get them too. You know what I'm saying?
You have one? Go.
Yeah.
I have one more.
Can you read this stuff? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
All right.
I ain't trying. This is my thing. It's not that I don't like to read out loud because I can read out loud, but you're reading people's typing versus reading something that's grammatically correct. So I ain't good.
I don't know abbreviations, y'all. Give me a. But
this might be cool though. This the homegirl. This might be cool.
Okay. It says okay. So as you and Sam know, I was in a toxic relationship with my baby daddy and left him. I met this police officer and we have been dating for about 1 year and a half. He's a good man. Anything I ask for, he gives me, and vice versa. Even though he doesn't ask for anything, I still buy him things to show my appreciation. That's really good.
Right.
And problems or any problems or issues I bring up, he fixes it, and we communicate very well. Even when we have disagreements, it sounds like a healthy relationship. We always can talk about it and move past it. Even though this whole year and a half, we have not argued. Oh, they still not even say. That's fine. Or
I was gonna say.
have any big issues. I still have never met his family or friends. Ooh, red flag. Sorry, y'all. I really be like reading stuff and thinking. So I'm so sorry.
What? Keep going.
I haven't met any of his family.
We got something to say. Go ahead.
And he still haven't met mine neither. Should I be concerned, even though he haven't met mine neither, or what do y'all think? Do y'all think he's probably waiting on me to open up the door, or what? LOL. Okay. You start. This your question. You start. I'll go next.
Ooh, okay, listen to me. This is the homegirl, so I'm gonna just homegirl. Listen, I ain't gonna say your name, but listen. Why not? This is my thing. If he haven't introduced you, why you ain't did it then? On your side of it too. Because I don't understand it at all, but I'm gonna just say this. If he hasn't done it, why haven't you opened the door? And what is it about you guys that y'all are not proud of or want to show? Or is there something that y'all hiding? Because to me, as a man, it's like, if you're that like head over heels for somebody, like, I'm finna be like, nigga, this is mine. Nigga, come look at this. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, this me. And you'll be proud of an accomplishment. Why is he not doing that? It's a red flag. It could be something hiding, whatever. This is what I would say. This is my move. I think you already answered your own question. You should introduce him to your family. Go ahead. That's fine. Introduce him. Woo, woo. And if he's reluctant to come around your family too, let it go. Because sometimes you'll try to bring people around. They might be reluctant. Like, I don't even want to get into yours because I don't want you to even ask about mine. If that happens, beat it. Beat it. That's it. Because at that point, there's a reason why he's not introducing you to the family. So it's like, go ahead.
Oh, sorry,
I might say something after her, but go ahead.
Okay, so me, I had two things. And y'all know instantly, I'm an optimist when it comes to like life and business. But when it comes to people, I am a pessimist at my core. And you got to prove me wrong, right? Anyways. Instantly, I'm like, he got a wife and kids, right? That's my first thought.
I swear I was thinking that. My first thought.
But I don't like to always project negativity.
Assume the worst.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then I also was like, I had to think and process my own family. I'm like, maybe he got a whole bunch of toxic family members and he trying to play it safe because when you like something, you trying to protect it
from the bad parts.
Yeah.
You never know.
Because a lot of times people get themselves up, get up out the mud, roses out the concrete, word to Meech for quote Nat. But it's like sometimes they rise up out the mud and don't want to go back to the mud, and a lot of times your family's still in the mud. Right. So you got to distance yourself and anything you love from them, because personally, a lot of people, myself included, got some negative family members. No matter how happy you seem, they gonna always throw a jab at it. So that could be it too, because sometimes when people bring people around, they be like, "Ooh, I don't like how she did," and it's like, I'm just trying to protect you. So I think it's a conversation.
Facts.
More of the story is a conversation.
And let's stop running from conversations. I think this is for everybody who's asked a question. Let's stop running from conversations and let's have the uncomfortable conversations, bro. Because the same way you asked us, you need to go straight to him. Bob, like, hey, I ain't never met your peoples. You ain't never met mine. Is there something I need to know prior to that? Mm-hmm. And if not, let's get this road on the show because I think I want to take this to the next level. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's like you hearing it said out loud. It's like, whoa. But you gotta have uncomfortable conversations. If you think we haven't had no uncomfortable conversations to get to where we are now, it's a lot of stuff I might not agree with, she might not agree with, but we had to agree to disagree on some things and fix certain things within ourselves. But we had to have a conversation because nothing can get fixed without dialogue. Dialogue starts to repair a lot of things. So if you don't bring it up, the problem never get fixed. We're gonna be talking about this forever.
And I think a lot of times too, you have to understand everything you may not agree on. You know,
Facts, yeah.
and that's okay too.
And I don't mean to cut you off. I learned this from my mom for real. I think I told her this story. So when me and her was about to move in, my mom was like, "This one main thing I'm gonna teach you when you finna move in, because you moving in with a woman, it's a little different than just living home, with your parents." She was raised away. You were raised away. Both of those ways might not align up. But sometimes you got to agree to disagree on certain things. You got to learn their point of view. They need to learn your point of view, and y'all move from there. But everything is not going to be perfect either. Because at the end of the day, like, let's say her people was like, you know what? We don't do this, but I'm going to just make an example. Oh, yeah, we don't rinse chicken off. We just throw it right in the skillet and get to cooking. And I'm like, we rinse it down, vinegar, lemon. We do the whole 9 yards. But that'll be something where we clash at. Okay, well, at the end of the day, would it hurt to rinse it off with the lemon in it? No. All right, let's run that. Because I'm not eating that fresh out the pack. But it's just uncomfortable conversations. You understand what I'm saying, though? Uncomfortable conversations. If you don't have them, you never can move past them. You're going to stay right here stagnant if y'all don't talk about certain things and bring it up to the forefront.
And I think a lot of things we always discount. The main thing we always discount. Treat everybody how you would want to be treated given the same circumstance. And I feel like so many people ignore that basic thing. And that would make life a lot simpler. Yes, you're still going to have uncomfortable conversations, but it will make life so much simpler. Okay, if I know I'm sneaking doing X, Y, and Z, would I be comfortable finding out you sneaking doing X, Y, and Z? No. So why do it?
Yep.
You just got to look at life like that. I feel like when you start looking at life like that, you stop kind of like settling for anything because you're not out here just doing anything. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. It's just everybody's different. You have to have a conversation. You got to get to like the root of it. And also, is this person looking for something serious?
Facts.
Because a lot of times people like to put the conversations off for later. But it's like a lot of times you need to ask first date. Do you want kids? Do you want a serious relationship? Because a lot of times you haven't reached no bumps in the road because they just want to date and have fun. And you get what I'm saying?
And that's the uncomfortable conversation. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Like, even up front, people gotta understand. I'm not saying it'll be perfect because people be capping and people pretend too. But a lot of stuff can get outruled if y'all had them uncomfortable conversations up front. Mm-hmm. Some people fall head over heels with somebody, then be like, "Well, I would want some kids. I don't want no damn kids." Mm-hmm. Then it's like, now we clashing because you don't want no kids and I do want some. Or oh, I hate to travel. I like to be in the house. Well, I want to travel. Y'all should have been talking about this within the first month, I would say. Let's just say the first 30 days. Why are we not having certain conversations? And a lot of people are like, "Oh, well, so you don't want to get too deep in a situation before or talk about deep things." That's a cop-out. You don't want to talk about deep things before we even get, to see if we really like each other. That's part of liking each other. Mm-hmm. It makes no sense when people say that to me if she talking about if she do or don't want kids within the first 2 weeks, she's already giving you criteria to either stay or to leave.
And I don't like when people do that because it's one of them things where you're looking for an out. I always say this too. You're looking for an out because if people are bringing up something, obviously it's not saying, "Oh, I want a kid tomorrow," but if my end goals don't align with your end goals, we might as well not even start this.
What are we doing? What's the point of it?
And that's the whole point. Like, a lot of times you got to figure it out and you got to talk about it fast because these are deal breakers. Bottom line, kids and traveling is a deal breaker. If I want a house or a condo, that's a deal breaker for plenty of people. Because I don't want to live in no apartment style living. And some people want that yard, whether they have dogs,
everybody has preferences.
Kids, whatever.
Some people actually love apartments because they be like, "You know what? I don't want no yard upkeep. I just want to," you know what I mean? Like, some people don't care about that. It's like, I want this simplistic way of living where I don't got to worry about nothing outside. And when I go outside, I'm going straight to a car and I'm out of here. You know what I mean? Everybody has preferences. But if y'all don't talk about them, how do we know? Communication is the key, but it's not just communication. It's actually being receptive to the communication.
Communication and comprehension.
There it is. Being receptive means to listen. If you're not listening and comprehending it, Ain't no point. I could talk to you till you blue in the face. How long did your grandparents talk to y'all about religion? And we were just like, boy, here we go with this Jesus thing again. Mm-hmm. And it took you to get old and something happened to a friend, a family member, or something to reconnect. Like, okay, let me kind of lean back onto this religion thing because that's the only thing I really know. You know what I'm saying? Like, but when you a kid, it's in the ear, out of ear. Mm-hmm. For sure. Sometimes you got to go through something when it comes to religion and stuff like that to be like, okay, like, now I get why they taught you to love a God when you was younger, because life ain't going to be easy forever. Life is not Kellogg's cereal and Static Shock on Saturdays every day no more. Like, we're grown. You know what I'm saying?
Test is a part of testimony.
Exactly.
To it.
Testimony. Test is in the word. So what's the point of it? Because you were tested and you passed, right? Mm-hmm. Look at that. Okay, my last thing was, so somebody sent me a video, and it was of a lady, like, trying to see what was in his a dude's phone, and he was just like, I'll pay this phone bill, whoop, and he was like, he basically goes through that. So basically what he's saying is, he's not really asking a question, but I guess maybe asking what our opinion is on the people who do the whole, I'm going through all your stuff things and all these things. What is your opinion on that?
So, was he saying he paid the phone bill so she...
Well, no, everything that's going on, she assumes that he's trying to talk to somebody else or goes through his phone and, you know what I mean?
But does he talk to other people?
No.
Okay, I don't know. A lot of times some people have to understand, I think, y'all gotta stop trying to force stuff too. Like, if you guys are not in alignment, stop allowing time to be the only defining factor that's keeping y'all together. We've been together because we've been together, and this is all we know, right? We gotta stop doing that. We gotta start, like, really assessing our goals and seeing if we're in alignment with people. And if you have to be a hoverer and worrying about what somebody's doing all the time, I think that just is, like, God letting you know, like, this has ran its course. You know, like, right. A lot of times, like, we definitely have to accept some things are gonna run its course. You could be with somebody 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and at year 20, day 25, you realize this is not for you. Mm-hmm. It's unfortunate, but it's life. So what do you want to spend your life? Being miserable and making somebody else miserable just because y'all been together? Or do you actually want to be happy and be the best version of yourself, even if that means starting over or being alone? Because alone doesn't mean lonely. Sometimes alone means at peace.
Facts, because peace is very, very expensive.
So peace is expensive. You can't buy it. If it costs my sanity, it's too high. Like, so I think y'all gotta assess that, and let's stop staying together for rent, because we know too many people that do,
Boy, they staying together for survival.
Let's stop Let's stop surviving together, and let's start really. If we're not bringing out the best in each other, and honestly, let's just go ahead and touch on this. This ain't a question, but let's touch on this. If you have not experienced a thriving point within that relationship, that's also not the relationship for you. Yeah. If y'all are constantly in like a rut of struggle, and nobody has ever, don't count the pandemic, nobody has ever been like doing okay or doing good or just like okay, like in good spirits, or if you will, that ain't the relationship for you. I hope I didn't do too much.
Facts. I said I had posted earlier on Facebook, I'm not gonna let people rob me of my peace just to be in their company. Yeah. So you know what I mean? Like, to me, you letting people rob you of your peace just to be like, well, I got people around me or I got this partner around me, but if it's not the most peaceful situation for you, why are you doing it?
Yeah. At that point, you're torturing yourself and others. Yeah. Because I'm not. This girl was in my TikTok live. It was so funny, y'all. She was just kept going on and on. She just kept saying, you got to focus up on yourself. y'all need to focus on y'all. Moral to the story.
We're done.
Moral to the story.
We're done.
Last question I got. It was super simple.
Oh my God.
My friend, he asked